Okay, it's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we got a beer from Cervecería de los Muertos in Mexico, and it is a bottle of their Dia de los Muertos Porter. Apologies in advance if I've completely messed up that kind of the way of saying or pronouncing the brewery's name. Apologies in advance, but look at that. Doesn't that look great? A lot of good fun kind of artistic artwork on this label. It looks really good, and then you look at the bottle cap, and that is so Mexican. That is so Mexican. I love it. That looks really good. Okay, this is 5% ABV. It was kindly sent by our channel sponsors, beersofeurope.co.uk. Let's get this beer out then into a glass and see what we get. Oh, it's a screw top. Oh, should have used the old hands there, but there we are. Beer in the glass then, jet black. And at this stage, while I'm pouring, I would like to say a big thank you to our channel sponsors, beersofeurope.co.uk. As I just mentioned, they are the UK's largest online beer store. Check them out. They've got beer from, for a start, they've got beer from Mexico. They've got beer from America, Italy, Belgium, France, Germany. All of the great beer nations. You can get beer from beersofeurope.co.uk. Check them out. Okay, on with the review. Jet black beer in the glass then. The head's dissipated quite quickly. Carbonation at the bottom it's kind of there. It's fizzing away to itself slowly. There's no light coming in. I'm going to get my nose on this porter then. Oh, and that smells kind of funky. Funky. Okay, you get your almost very slightly port-like aroma. We get the chocolate, the coffee, the caramel, but there's something in here. It's almost meaty. It smells a bit bacony. It smells good. I'm going to dive in. Cheers. It's a smoked porter. I had that kind of inkling when I mentioned the word meaty. It's almost bacony, but it's not a massive, smoky, overwhelming taste. But it's there, and it's tasty. Again, you get your chocolate, your coffee, your caramel. The carbonation kind of fizzes on the tongue, helps to push the beer around inside the mouth. It's nice and roasty. There's a nice roasted kind of malt there to help kind of take that smoky kind of element of the beer. It kind of balances it. It kind of says, okay, here's a bit of smoke, here's the roasted malt, let's go together hand in hand to the end of the taste. It's really good. I like it. The one thing I would probably suggest is that this beer could be a little bit, it could have more of a mouthfeel, more of a medium mouthfeel. It's a little bit thin. But you're talking Mexico, you're talking hot country. It's very unlikely. And you've got to try and put yourself in the situation of being in Mexico. And that if it was 38 degrees, would you want to be drinking a big, thick, gloopy porter? No, you wouldn't. So then what you've got to say to yourself is, okay, the Mexicans want to try brewing different things. They want to try brewing a porter, stouts, whatever they want to brew. But they can't be thick, they've got to be drinkable, they've got to be refreshing. Otherwise, the public out there just wouldn't bother buying it. And me. But it's good. It's a good, drinkable, solid porter. 5%, 330. There you go. Let's give it a go again. Cerveza de los Muertos. It's Spanish, isn't it? It's a Spanish language, the Mexican language. And it's their porter. Rating is difficult. It's difficult for me to rate this. But what I will say is that, well, I've just mentioned it already. You have to take in mind, you have to give a little bit of leverage to the fact that the Mexicans really wouldn't buy a big, thick, gloopy porter at 38 degrees Fahrenheit. It just wouldn't work. So everything has got to be factored into a review, down to the last kind of where the beer's from. Okay, over here, if that was a porter here, I'd say, no, it's a bit thin, needs to be more in the mouthfeel. So I would probably, if it was a UK brewer brewing this, I would probably give this I'd give it a 6.5, I think. But factoring in, again, I'm going to mention it again, factoring in the 38 degrees Fahrenheit, which, and more probably in Mexico, and the fact that it has to be thin and drinkable, I'll probably give this, I'll bump it up to a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Put your comments in the comments box. Please subscribe to our daily beer reviews, and cheers.